the God gave the law through the Moses to the people of the Israel. That law of Moses enabled the Israelites to live moral, holy life. Okay. The law of Moses is stored as a Torah. Write the pictures. Show the Torah, Hebrew Bible. Hebrew Bible consists of Torah, prophet, and writings. Torah shows the Israel the being and the will of God. Prophet consists of the two prophet, former prophet, and later prophet. Writings was a miscellaneous collection of different types of literatures. Okay? Torah. Very, very fundamental and sacred and important book for the Israelites. Torah refers to the 5 books of Moses. These 5 books are Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. These 5 books were written before that Jesus came. The Old Covenant is an agreement that God made with the nation of the Israel. Torah is a primary document of Judaism. Torah means the teaching. Torah is a God's revealed instructions to the Jewish people. Torah teaches Jewish people how to act, how to think, how to feel about the life and the death. A Torah was given to the Moses in written form with oral commentary. Torah contains 613 commandments. Those commandments is called as a mitzvah. Among 630 commandments, the 10 commandments are considered the most important commandment of the Torah. It contains stories that teaches us about God's relationship with the Jewish people. There are 2 parts to the Torah: written Torah, oral Torah. Okay. Origins and Jesus Christ. the cultural background, Christianity began in the Judea, modern day Israel. This Judea area was controlled by the Roman empires. Their religion at that time was a pagan. What is a pagan? Non-Jewish. And their religion at the time was a polytheistic religion. Too many gods. Not monotheism. Therefore, Jewish people felt strong dislike towards the Roman Empire that they live under the Rome. To understand the Christianity, one must understand the Jesus Christ. Christ is a Greek word meaning Savior. New Testament originally written in the Greek language. Paul know and wrote the Greek language, did not know the Hebrew language. Christ is a Greek word meaning Savior. Jesus was born around 4 Biblical Common Era into a Jewish family, but began to teach a new type of the Judaism. New type of Judaism emphasized God's love for whole mankind, including the Jews. He has 12 students, or 12 disciples, or 12 apostles, who are called apostles of Jesus Christ. The life and the teaching of Jesus. Jesus of Nazareth appears in the Gospels, 4 Gospels, or appears in the bibliographic stories that were written by his followers. Gospels are 4 books, it's written, that describes life and teachings of Jesus Christ in the New Testament of the Bible. Jesus was born in the Bethlehem. He was born around the 4 Biblical Common Era, toward the end of the heroes, the great reign. And he grew up, worked as a carpenter in the Nazareth, in the Galilee. Galilee was controlled by the Herod, second son, Herod Antipas. Herod Antipas received the Samaria and and Perea from his fathers, Herod's great death. Therefore, the Herod Antipas, second son of the Herod the Great, ruled, controlled the Nazareth, located in Samaria. At the age of 30, Jesus began preaching to the villages near the Sea of the Galilee. This map shows the Judea provinces in the first century at the time of the Jesus Christ. Samaria, Perea was controlled by the Herod Antipas, very, very wicked person, desperate, cruel persons. This map shows the Sea of the Galilee. This map shows the Samaria town and region. Jesus Christ walked through this Samaria in order to preach the opposite of the Galilee. This map shows Herod of Samaria. Okay, wait 1 minute, please. Okay, Jesus' first public act was the baptism by the John the Baptist. The Jesus preached and performed the miracles, including the healing the sick, after his baptism. Jesus was able to convey his message in a simple and straightforward ways. This made him outstanding among the religious readers. Jesus preached directly and communicated to the large groups of ordinary people and often challenges the prevailing teachings of Jewish religious leaders, Sadducees, Pharisees, Essenes, Galileans. He communicated the message through moral stories. Later, this was called as a parables. This picture shows the Jesus who is baptized by John in the Jordan. Jesus focused on the kingdom of the God. He teaches how the people should treat each other people. He showed the standard of human conduct. He used the stories and the parables to teach. He was known as a miracle worker and faith healer. He was religious reformer and social reformer. Jesus was accepting a variety of people. He preached the forgiveness of the sin over the punishment for the sin. Jesus' teachings includes love, pacifism, coming of the ending of the ages, redemptions, human values. Right map showed us the Galilee and Decapolis. Red line represent the Nazareth. Near the Roman, no Jewish authorities were too comfortable with Jesus' popularity. Romans did not like the idea of somebody gaining power and prestige because they were a potential threat against the Roman. It did not help that people were thinking of Jesus as a Messiah. The Christian conception of that term is totally different from the Jewish conception at the time. For the first century Judaism, Messiah would be a political leader and military leader, new king that would reunite the Israel and defeat its enemies, specifically the Roman Empire. Naturally, Romans didn't like such a talk. Jewish readers, especially Pharisees, Sadducees, saw the Jesus as a threat because Jesus was continuously preaching against the Pharisees and Sadducees. Thus, both major powers of Pharisees and Sadducees wanted him out of the pictures. Jesus claimed that he spoke with the authority of the God. However, Jesus, betrayed by his disciple Judas, Jesus put on the trial for being a revolutionary threat and political threat to the Roman authorities and to the Jewish authorities. The Roman governor of Judea Pontius Pilate condemned and put to death by means of crucifixions. Crucifixions was a Roman method of executions in which people were nailed to wooden crosses and left to die. That is the common method of executions. According to the Gospels, Jesus was betrayed by one of his disciples, arrested by Romans, and killed by crucifixions. The rumors then spread that Jesus had not died, but had risen from the dead and commanded his disciples to spread his teaching all of the places. After the disciples reported Jesus ascended into the heaven on the Mount of Olives, on the right side of the second temple. Historians think that most likely Jesus Christ existed, and then most likely crucifixions took place. However, Muslims believe they accidentally crucified someone else, which is why Jesus appears in the Holy Book of Quran. This place shows the Golgotha. Golgotha is the place Jesus was crucified. Okay. Today, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre was constructed on the site of the Golgotha. Therefore, Church of the Holy Sepulchre was one of the Christianity's hardest site in the world. Right picture shows the Jesus' last journey. Right red ground shows the Gethsemane, the praise Jesus resting. Left blue line represent the Golgotha. Jesus is crucified and buried. Okay. This picture shows the Garden of Gethsemane, the scene of Jesus' arrest. According to the Matthew chapter 26, verses 36 to 56, the garden in Jerusalem where Christ was betrayed on the night before his crucifixions. Okay, this is in front. This map shows the in front of the Garden of Gethsemane. This slide shows the map of Jerusalem in the time of Jesus Christ around the 30 Common Era. According to the John chapter 5 verses 1st and 2nd, Jesus Christ visited the sheep gate of the second temple. Right? Dark yellow arrow represent the sheep gate of the second temple. Okay, Jesus rises from the tomb. According to the Mark chapter 16 verses 6, empty tomb showing a vacant. Left picture shows the empty tomb of Jesus Christ. Right picture shows Jesus' resurrections appearances. According to the Act chapter 1 verses 3, Jesus rises from death as he said he would on the Sunday morning, third day after his crucifixions, and a burial on Preaching Friday. The day of resurrection, Sunday, 9th April 30 Common Era, is now celebrated as the Easter Sunday. Jesus' work tomb when woman came to tend his body the following Sunday, the tomb was empty. In Gospels, Jesus appears to his followers as a triumph over the death. Later, Jesus ascended into the heaven at the Mount of Olives, located at the right side of the second temple. The below picture shows the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. This picture shows the 12 disciples: Simon, Peter, Andrew, James, John, Peter, Thomas, Matthew, Simon, Judas, etc. Okay, next issue, section, Jewish matrices of the New Testament political background of the New Testament from 40 to 4 before Common Era. This slide shows the historical timeline with major biblical characters. Pink color represents return to Israel to live as a province within the Persian Empire. Blue color represents the Israel, a province under Greek Empire, temporary independence with Maccabees, Hasmonean dynasty. White color area represent living in Israel as a province within Roman Empire. Red arrow represented Jerusalem destroyed by the Romans in 770 AD. The Jews sent into worldwide exile. Jews revolt against the Roman Empire. The rebellions is crushed, Jerusalem conquered, temple destroyed, and defeated at the Battle of Masada. Jews vanished into worldwide exile. This slide shows historical timeline with a major biblical prophets to the today. Okay? Read it in your home. Okay? The word of the first century, Common Era. Christianity began as a sect of Judaism. The first century Common Era, much of Europe, North Africa, Middle East was controlled under the Roman Empire. Their religion at the time was a pagan, a polytheistic religion. Roman rule made travel very easier and safer and gave the empire a common languages. Those above factors have the Christianity spread very, very quickly within a limited time due to the Roman Empire. Jewish people felt strong dislike toward the Romans that they lived under. Christianity grew from beliefs of Jews which saw to the Messiah. Messiah would free them from Roman persecutions. Jews rebelled against Roman government and Roman regulations, Roman law. In 70 AD, Romans stormed Jerusalem and destroyed the Second Temple complexes. 1 million, a half million Jews were killed at the time. Then, in 132 AD, another 500,000 Jews died in 3 years of fighting. Most Jews were driven from their homeland into exile. After this division of Jews is called the diaspora. Roman world of the first century had no major religion commitment. Many people sought out astrology as a solution to the problems of individual life. Others turned to the new religious cult. Many anticipated the end of the world or the climatic moment. They awaited the coming of the Lord. Judaism. Judaism was one of the religions that Roman Empire had tolerated. Therefore, Roman Empire gave the considerable independence to the Judaism. The Judea was controlled by King Herod, a Jewish governor for the Roman Empire. Maccabeans are high priestly Jewish family revolt against the Seleucid Persian Persian emperor, Persian king, and established independence, Hasmonean kingdom from 166 to 37 before Common Era. Roman divorced this Hasmonean dynasty kingdom and installed the king Herod in 37 before Common Era as their vassal ruler of the kingdom of the Judea. After Herod's death, the fighting, the war broke out among his 3 sons. Therefore, Roman Empire sent the troops, military troops, to create the feasts in the Judea. In 63 before Common Era, BC, Roman took over Judea, the home of Jewish religions. Judea had been a Roman province since 6 AD. Judea was placed under the control of Roman official. That Roman official was called as procurator. Today, the concept of the governor. Roman procurator controlled and ruled the Judea since 6 AD. This map shows the Galilee. Okay. Judaism sect. Judaism fragmented into a variety of religious parties and denominations. There are 3 major groups: Pharisees, Sadducees, Essenes. In addition to these 3 groups is Galileans and Samaritans. Another sect. By the 6th Common Era, Roman Empire had expanded into Judea, ruled by procurator. 4 political groups are Sadducees desired a cooperation with the Roman Empire. Pharisees, scholars who wanted to follow the religious law of Moses and to protect Judaism from Roman influences. Most are Pharisees, Essenes, waiting for Messiah to save Israel from oppressive Roman Empire. Galileans called for overthrow of Roman rule. Therefore, Jewish revolt. Galileans read the revolt. In 66, Jews rebelled against the Roman masters. In response, Roman Emperor Nero dispatched the military army under the generalship of Vespasian to restore the order in Judea. In 68, Roman Emperor Nero died by his own hand, therefore, Nero's death created the power vacuum in result of the chaos. The general Vespasian declared emperor and returned to imperial city Rome. He fell to his son Titus. Titus was a son of the Emperor Nero, and Titus led the remaining army in assault of the Jerusalem. This picture shows the Jewish revolt. Jared revolt against the Roman Empire in the first Jewish-Roman War. Thousands of Jews killed. About 500,000 people, 500,000 Jews were killed. Jewish Second Temple in Jerusalem totally destroyed. Many Jews driven from Judea, that is called as a diaspora. Jews spread throughout the Mediterranean. A right picture shows the Roman destroyed the Second Temple and Jerusalem in the 770 as retaliations for the ongoing Jewish revolt. Second Temple lasted for a total 585 years, but Second Temple totally destroyed. The Jews strike back. In 66, Jews rebelled against the Romans. In 70, Romans stormed Jerusalem and destroyed their Second Temple, leaving only Western Wall, as known as Wailing Wall. In 73, Jews and Romans fight again, and the battle of Masada. Over 500,000 Jews died in this battle of Masada, mostly of suicide. Right picture shows the victory arch of Emperor Titus of Jews in the Jerusalem. Emperor Titus is the son of the Emperor Nero. Judea, a capta coin. Capta means is the captured person. Coin inscribed Judea captured, issued by Roman Empire after the destruction of the Jerusalem in the 70 Common Era. Roman typically minted coins to celebrate and popularize military victories. A whole series of coins, Judea captured, meaning Judea captured, was minted in large numbers to celebrate the end of Jewish revolt. Occur three types of coins. Celebrate success of Vespasian and Emperor Titus in quarreling first Jewish revolt. This slide shows the hilltop fortress and the Masada in 73. Fortress and Masada was an ancient mountaintop fortress in Israel, 400 meters above the western shore of Dead Sea. Fortress Masada was a last Jewish stronghold during the revolt in the Judea that is besieged by Roman troops from 73 to 74. At the end of the first Jewish-Roman war, almost all of the inhabitants killed themselves rather than surrender. These two pictures shows the mother of the Second Temple in Jerusalem. A rebuilding of Second Temple begun by Herod the Great of Judea. The constructions of Second Temple began in 20 Biblical Common Era and lasted for 46 years. The Second Temple was regarded as one house of the God. However, the temple was destroyed in 70 Common Era by Roman Empire. This slide shows the map of Temple Mount around the 70 Common Era. This map of Temple Mount is very important to understand the New Testament. This picture shows the mother of Herodian Temple. Jewish diaspora. Diaspora means diversions. Jewish people was dispersed throughout and beyond the Roman Empire. In fact, many more Jews live in the diaspora than live in Judea and Galilee. Many of them adapted the essentials of Judaism to Greek, Roman philosophy and customs. This is known as Hellenistic Judaism. Hellenistic Judaism. New Testament was written in Hellenistic languages, Greek languages. upper map shows the diaspora, the scattering of Jews after 73. Romans take over Palestine. Jews exiles was released by the Persians in 538 before Common Era and returned to the Jerusalem to build the temple. In 332 before Common Era, Jewish people impaired under the Hellenizations, Greek cultures, as Alexander the Great conquered Persia, Egypt, and India. In 164 before Common Era, group of Jewish called Maccabees revolted against the Greek rule to control the Jerusalem and rededicate the temple to the God. In 64 before Common Era, Jerusalem fell to the Roman Empire and the kingdom of Judea became one of the provinces of the Roman Empire. The people living there were called the Judeans, and it is from this word we get the word the Jews. In 66 before Common Era, the people of Judea revolted against Rome. This uprising was crushed and the temple was destroyed for the second time in 70 Common Era. The Jewish people were dispersed from Judea diaspora and spread throughout Egypt, throughout to the Europe, throughout to the Mesopotamia. Rise of Christianity. Why and how did Christianity emerge and then spread to become the official religion of the Roman Empire? Christianity began during Pax Romana. Christianity emerged from Judaism. Christianity led by Jesus of Nazareth. The belief of Christianity clashed with polytheistic belief of Roman Empire. Roman Empire was home to many different religions during Pax Romana. Religion include polytheistic Greek God and Roman God, and monotheistic Christianity, and the Judaism, and even cult. Roman Empire tolerated this variety of religion as long as the people remained loyal to the Roman Empire. Christianity has its root is Jewish messianism. We believe that an anointed leader and Messiah will come to resurrect the kingdom of the God. The Christians believe Jesus of Nazareth to be this Messiah. However, the Jews not. According to the Gospels, the Jesus began ministering shortly after his baptism by Saint John the Baptist. After his death, his 12 apostles, students, and his 70 disciples continues on his works of ministry with their own set of disciples. Eventually, Christianity spilled off the Judaism as a completely separate religion during the 1st century AD Common Era. This map shows the site of Jesus' ministry in the Israel. There are 21 important Jesus ministry in the Israel. I cannot explain the total 21 ministry in this time. I teach you and detail this 21 Jesus ministry in subsequent slide. Okay? Subsequent chapters. Okay? Step by step. Okay. Jewish methods of the New Testament. Next is cultural background of the New Testament. Okay? Cultural background of New Testament. This map shows the New Testament Jerusalem. Right side of the temple was Gethsemane, the place the Jesus arrested. Left side of the temple was Golgotha, the Jesus crucified and buried, died. Okay? Okay, synagogue. Very, very important institutions of the Jewish life. A synagogue is from the Greek word meeting. A synagogue was spread throughout the Roman Empire. Almost every city with a Jewish community had one synagogue. The synagogue in Capernaum is mentioned or implied in Matthew chapter 4 verses 13 and chapter 12 verses 9 and 10, and Mark chapter 1 verses 21, chapter 3 verses 1, and the book of Luke chapter 4 verses 31 and chapter 6 verses 6. Okay, the Gospels mention the synagogue too many times as institutions of the Jewish life. Worship consisting of prayers, scriptures, and sermons were held every Sabbath. Right picture shows the 2nd century Commonwealth synagogue in Capernaum, built on the foundation of one of Jesus' days. Okay, other views of Capernaum synagogues. Upper left represent the main hall of the synagogue. Upper right represent early star of the David. And below, lower left represent Old Testament ark on wheels, stone decorations. Lower right represent lower basaltic, black, volcanic rock level of earlier synagogue that stood in the Jesus' day. Religious group in the Second Temple Judaism, the Sadducees accepted only the first 5 books of Hebrew Bible as a canonical, and Sadducees composed of high priestly family and their religion and political allies. These Sadducees wiped out when Roman crushed the Jewish revolt. Pharisees developed the oral Torah in order to fence in written Torah. Pharisees composed of laymen throughout the Palestine. Therefore, largest Jewish group of the time was the Pharisees. Athens most probably founded Qumran community. Athens were religious keepers of the Torah. Athens also destroyed in Roman responses to revolt. The Geliati is another group. Okay, this slide shows the Beth Midrash in Masada. What is the meaning of Beth Midrash? Beth means a house. Midrash means learning or instructions. Therefore, Beth Midrash means a house of learning. The Pharisees especially use this house of Beth Midrash. Uses these houses of instructions in order to pass on their interpretations of Jewish law and Jewish law. Pharisees use these houses as a learning site of the Torah. This 4 map shows the essence community at Qumran. Upper right shows the cave 11 where temple scroll was discovered. Below right represents the jar in which scroll was in. This slide shows the modern artist reconstructions of scriptorium at the Qumran. There are different activities clockwise from lower left. First, preparing the ink, copying in groups. Third step, reading aloud from a manuscript. Fourth step, washing to be ritually pure before walking in the scriptorium. Okay, this is a scriptorium at the Qumran. This map, this picture shows Sephoris tomb of Rabbi Judah, the prince. Sephoris was editor of a Mishnah, and he is a key figure in the history of the Pharisees. Very, very famous figure. Okay. Reconstructions of times of everyday life of the gallery of peasantry. Most people belong to the peasantry, landed or not. They form most of peasantry form the most of the population of the Galilee and probably Judea. Most of people peasantry worked for day wages at the subsistence level. There are four pictures. Of left hand, reconstructed millstone or a grinding. Upright, a picture shows the Bersari olive press. Bersari is a stone that is the volcanic erupted black stone is a Bersari. Lower left picture shows the bedroom alcove. Lower right pictures show the kitchen, probably at the rear of the houses. Okay, Jesus and Judaism. Getcha Burmese, recently retired professor of Jewish studies in Oxford University, is reading a Jewish scholar studying the Jesus Christ. Due to his work, the work of the others is the notion that Jesus must be understood as a Jew. Jesus was a Jew. And in his Jewish context, is now accepted by almost all New Testament scholars. Almost all New Testament scholars believe that Jesus was a Jew under the influence of the Getcha Burmese. This right picture, a cover of Burmese. Latest book shows that Jesus in a posture of the prayer wearing a prayer shawl. Okay, next section is the Jewish matrix of the New Testament. Jews and Romans. under the Roman rule, the Jews were divided and rebellious. Romans destroyed the temple and exiled the Jews. Romans conquered Judah in 63 before Common Era, and Romans renamed this area Judea. At first, Romans allowed Jewish rulers to rule the Judea and assign the power to the hero. This map shows the kingdom of Herod the Great. Hold on. 37, 2, 4, before Common Era. Herod the Great ruled 37 before Common Era to the 4 before Common Era. Ruled the Judea. Herod was a despot and a murderer, but he built the nice building, Herodium. In 31 before Common Era, earthquake in Palestine killed 30,000 Jewish people. Herod had 10 wives. Pharisees and Sadducees hate the Herod the Great. Sadducees hated him, Herod, because he displaced much of the aristocracies. He began temple building in the 20 before Common Era and lasted for 46 years. This map shows Israel under the Herod the Great. Herod was a son of Edomian, Edomian governor, son of the Edomian governor. In ancient Hebrew Bible, Edomian was Edomite, name change to the Edomian. Okay? Herod was a son of an Edomian governor and Jewish mother. Herod was unpopular with the Jews because he was tyrant and murderer. Herod undertook an elaborated building programs. He transformed the Jerusalem and its temple. Herod elaborated building project throughout the realm. On the Herod's death, his kingdom was divided among his 3 sons. His first son, Herod Archelaus, received Judea, Idumea, and Samaria from his father. Herod Archelaus, a despot, emperor, Roman emperor. Augustus eventually banishes Herod Archelaus to the Gaul. Herod the Great execution. Oh, he killed too many people. In 29 BC, Herod put his wife Miriam on trial for adultery and executed her. In 27 BC, he killed Alexander, his mother-in-law, without trial. In 7 Before Common Era, he accused two sons by Miriam of treason and executed two sons. In 4 Before Common Era, Herod had Judas and Matthias and their pupils burned alive after they took down the golden eagle. Herod praises at the entrance to the temple. Okay? This map shows Herodian dynasty after the death of Herod the Great. Okay? I explain detail in next slide. The first son, Herod Archelaus, received Judea, Edom, Samaria from his father. He ruled 10 years. He killed 3,000 Pharisees. Second son, Herod Antipas, received Galilee and Perea from his father. Antipas ruled there until he was exiled to the Spain by Emperor Caligula in 39. His third son, Herod Philip, received the northeast Sea of Galilee. Okay. Herod Archelaus, first son of the Herod the Great. Archelaus was Asnar of Samaria, Judea, and Idumea, include the cities Caesarea and Jaffa for a period of 9 years. He was also despot. Roman Emperor Augustus eventually banished him to Gaul. Okay, below picture shows the coin of Herod Archelaus. Right map shows the map depicting the domain of Herod Archelaus as was given to him by Augustus after death of King Herod the Great. Samaria, Judea, Idumea was assigned to his first son, Herod Archelaus. Okay, second son, Herod Antipas, is ruled Galilee and Perea. Unpopular leader, Jewish libel, Herod Antipas, the foxes, according to the Luke chapter 13, verses 32. Jesus libeled him, the foxes. Antipas ordered John the Baptist beheaded. Antipas killed the John. Antipas gave Jesus private healing after his arrest, according to the Luke chapter 23. Herod Antipas is the one mentioned most often in the New Testament. Herod the Great was half Arab, Edomian, and half Jewish by blood. He ruled from 27 to 4 BC as a royal Roman client king. He sponsored massive building projects, including the complete rebuilding of Jerusalem temple. Although he was a lover of Greco-Roman cultures, Herod the Great kept to basic Jewish traditions. The upper right pictures shows the best houses at the Masada, built by Herod. Steam flowed in the area underneath the blower, heating the room. Okay? The bottom pictures show the aerial view of the Masada. This map shows the Herod the Great's kingdom. This is the king of Judea when Jesus was born. When Jesus was born, Herod the Great was the king of Judea. After Herod's death, Romans replaced the Jewish king with the Roman governor. This map shows the territory of Herod and his 3 sons. This slide shows Roman procurators in Israel, Roman governor in Israel. Pontius Pilate governed from 26 to 36 AD. Pontius Pilate ordered the crucifixions of Jesus. Okay. This slide also shows the Roman procurators in the Israel. Okay. See in your home. Okay. Herod Antipas, 1st century ruler of Galilee and Perea. He ruled there until he was exiled to Spain by Emperor Caligula in 39. Tetrarch. He bore the title of Tetrarch. Tetrarch means the ruler of the quarter. The bracket containing the reconstructions of lost rhetoric, the Tiberian of Caesarians, Pontius Pilate of Judea, decades. Okay? Below, right picture shows the cross-up on the right contain Tiberium. On the first line and the second line show the use period. Okay. Institutions for Jewish right temple. Herod the Great rebuilt this temple. Great increase in its size and grandeur. This temple was the center of Jewish worship. Today, Western world is the only part of the structure that survived. It is the highest praise in the Judaism today. Okay? Below picture shows the Jews praying at the Western world. Okay, this picture shows the Herod temple from northeast, the mother of Herodian temple. Okay? Note that the large court of Gentiles surrounding the temple proper and the store around that. Two views of the temple area. Right view, left picture shows the dome of large mosque. The third holiest site in the Islam, the large paved area on which it is built, is the area of ancient temple. On the right picture shows the Jewish man praying in the Western world. Please notice the size of the large stones. A second temple expanded and expanded, step by step, time by time. Okay? This slide shows Seleucid additions. This slide shows Hasmonean expansion, Maccabean family, high priestly Jews family added these expansions. And Herod expanded the second temple, expanded and transformed. Okay? This is a matter of Herod temple. Okay? Okay, this is Herod's buildings. Antonia fortress. Herod built the Antonia fortress in order to protect the temple. Right picture shows the mother of Antonia fortress. Herodium. Herod the Great built the palace of fortress and small town at Herodium between 23 and 15 before Common Era. And it is believed that the Herod the Great was buried at the middle part of the Herodium. I'll show you, okay, the burial site of the Herod the Great. Herodium is 758 meters above the sea level, highest peak in the Judean desert. Okay, these two pictures shows the aerial view of Acropolis of Herodium. Below picture shows panoramic view of Herodium, hilltop, palaces, fortresses. Okay. This slide shows the aerial view of the Acropolis of Herodium. The red line circle represents Herod's tomb. These two slides shows the portraits of Herodium. This slide shows the upper Herodium. Number 1 represents the court. Number 2 represents synagogue. Number 3 represents bathroom. Number 4 represents steps leading from bottom to the hill. This slide shows the upper Herodium looking south. Columns to the left near the wall belongs to the peristyle hall. Left picture shows the remains of eastern round tower. Middle part shows the praise garden. Okay, these two pictures shows the fortresses at Masada. This slide shows, two slides shows the hilltop fortress at Masada. Fortress at Masada was an ancient mountaintop fortress in Israel, 400 meters above the western shore of Dead Sea. This is the last Jewish stronghold during the revolt in Judea. This Masada, besieged by Roman troops from 73 to 74. At the end of the first Jewish-Roman war, almost all of the inhabitants killed themselves rather than surrender. Okay, this slide shows the palaces at northern edge of Masada. These two slides show the portraits in Masada. Left picture shows the hilltop. Right picture shows the view from the hilltop. Okay? Caesarea, Herod city. Caesarea was built by Herod the Great as a major port. Caesarea served as an administrative center of Judea provinces of Roman Empire, and Caesarea was rather as a capital of Byzantine, Palestine, Phrygia provinces. Okay. During the Muslim conquest in 7th century, Caesarea was the last city of Holy Land to fall into the Arabs. These two slides shows the harbor at Caesarea. Caesarea come from the Roman Emperor Caesar. King Herod the Great built the city of Caesarea in order to dedicate to the Roman Empire and named this city as Caesarea. Caesarea portal, okay? Caesarea, capital of Roman Palestine, founded by Herod about 25 to 13 before Common Era. Okay, this slide shows the theater of Caesarea, a maritime, in front of the Mediterranean. This slide shows the theater of Caesarea in front of the Mediterranean.